Hey everyone, this is Tom with On-Campus College Planning. So I was just at Bricks and Minifigs, just off of Fish Hatch. Let's not talk about how I ended up there. Okay, it was right next to the place I was eating lunch at, and I wandered over there. And I used to be a big Lego kid. Like when I was 6, 7, 8, back in the 1920s or whatever, I used to play with a lot of Legos. I can remember a big box that we had. And this is old school. This is before Legos came in all of these sets and stuff like that. In fact, I used to kid around when my boys started getting into Legos. I kind of pulled a fast one on them when they were really small. I said, when Dad was small, he had Legos too, but he actually just had Lego. He just had one. And it wasn't until I got together with another kid who had one that I realized that like these things can go together. And that's not a true story, but we just didn't have all the different options then. And so now, I mean, they've got amazing kits and a lot of Star Wars things, and May the 4th be with you and all of that. But I thought they were pretty cool. They're one of the best like toy inventions ever. It's great industrial design. And yeah, we did have a few other pieces. Like we had flat things like this. And I used to build a lot of like houses. And in fact, one of my kids used to do that a lot when he was a kid. His were just a lot better, more pieces. But I would get little kind of skinny things like that, and I would build up walls on these, and then go all the way around and to be a bigger piece. And then I'd take one of these, and I'd find one of these really skinny pieces, and we didn't have that many of them, but I'd put that on kind of like it was a blanket, and then check this out. All right, that's like a bed. And then this would go, in the bedroom. And then I would build that out. There'd be a little dresser, etc., little bathroom, and there were some little round pieces that made for really good toilets. So a lot of fun with that. And they're great toys because you have to use your imagination. And I know it looks like, you could do this on Minecraft now, and I suppose you could. But there's something about actually putting these things together. So the whole Lego thing kind of makes me think about what we had back then versus what we have now. And actually I'm thinking, this is sort of appropriate. So in fall of 1983, I headed off about 5 hours north of my hometown to Bemidji State University. And Bemidji is very much like a UW La Crosse, Whitewater, Platteville, one of those kinds of places, a really good regional public comprehensive university. I'm just going to go there and be a teacher and play football and do the whole shtick. And there weren't a whole lot of options in terms of dorms. I mean, there were some different dorms, but they were all basically the same. They were the cinder block wall dorms for 2 people. There were very few singles, and you certainly didn't get one of those if you were a freshman. And there was a bathroom down the hall. Nobody had their own bathroom. And it was sort of a Spartan existence, if you will. But it was fine. And it was fine because that's all we knew. And my friends that were going to private colleges, it was the same thing, and everyone kind of had the same stuff. There were no suite-style dorms or anything like that. Or certainly there weren't any in the Midwest when I was visiting other colleges and things like that. Well, now I'm talking to families about the cost of college, and one of the things that we talk about, especially when we're looking at colleges in other locations like a city like Chicago or Boston or moving out to California or something like that, is room and board is really expensive. And it's really expensive even at the Bemidji States and other places like that, although it's less because they just haven't done as many upgrades, and they don't have the brand new spanking dorms that a bigger place like UW-Madison or the University of Iowa or wherever might have. But it's become kind of an arms race, and we all have these better and better levels, and we're using Legos like, Jack, throw me the Lego. Do you have that? Oh, okay. So I don't have the other example, but like there's these incredible Lego things that are like move and have all of these kinds of parts, and we pretty much had this kind of stuff. Like we didn't have a lot, and so you didn't expect anything different, and I wasn't upset because that's what everyone had. So colleges are able to charge more for room and board. They're giving more, but they've also kind of raised the amenities, if you will, and now that's what every student expects. In fact, I've talked to some students who have toured campuses, and they see those sort of cinder block dorms, and they're like, I'm not going to walk down the hall to go to a bathroom, and that's fine. You can do whatever you want. but it does cost some money, and that's part of why the cost of college has gone up. When I'm planning out colleges and doing that type of college search work with families, we tend to focus on the tuition and fees because that's more variable from in-state to out-of-state and public to private. But then we also often use like a ballpark estimate of about $13,000 for a year. It's not really a year, it's 9 months, and that covers, freshman dorm, room and board, unlimited meals, that type of thing. Plus you get all of these extras that you didn't really want. One of my kids, when we would pay his tuition bill, they'd say, oh, great, you have $300 of Tiger dollars or something like that for food. Well, I didn't really want to pay extra for food because he's just going to go to Chick-fil-A and burn that out in about a month. I really wanted to just pay his tuition, but that's kind of how it goes. So, moral of the story is, should we go back to Legos? Should we go back to just one Lego? No, that Lego is out of the barn and we'll never put it back in there. But parents and students, you need to really be aware of what are your needs and your wants and think about where those luxurious suite style dorms fit in there. And if you really want the suite style dorm, if you got the money to pay for it, God bless you, go for it. If that's not what you need, then don't be looking for that and look for maybe a better bargain out there. I'm just going to spend the rest of the day kind of working with these Legos. I found another one. Wow, this kind of blows open my mind. I can do lots of things here. So this is Tom for On Campus College Planning, wishing you a very good day. Bye.